The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of RMCOnAir.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm skating in my mind.
You feel me?
Some skate song.
That is some World on Wheels action, right?
Smooth right there. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, So What Mornings back in the building for yet another riveting show.
Yes, sir.
You know I got a topic that's crazy. It's bananas. I've got guests and I've got books. But before I get to the guests and the books, let me welcome my crazy co-host. And it's on him today. No Dr. Mark Goulston, because he's white, rich, and out making money without us.
That's what.
Let me bring in Lord Jeff Brown. Welcome back,
Yes,
good
sir.
friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Would you allow me the privilege of perhaps introducing or setting up the introduction to the man on my left?
I would love to see how you would do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, a cat that I came up watching rip shows where it wasn't even no show. It was just outside on the beach destroying. From that day
I remember them.
to
I remember
this
the beach.
one. Bend you over and make you throw up on your new shoes funny. The only other black man to win Star Search. They're both on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
With no further bullshit. Michael fucking Collier.
In the
Thank you.
building,
Thank you
Michael
very much.
Collier.
Yes.
How beautiful. I thank y'all for introducing me, brother. I appreciate being here. Thank you, Zoe.
Come on, man. Come on,
Hell
man.
yeah, I'm happy to be here.
You
When
know we
called,
about to cut up. You know this,
I'm
right?
looking forward to it, man. A bunch of intelligent folks on one station. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah,
I've been on shows with a bunch of folks that weren't all quite intelligent and just some crazy shit. But this is going to be outstanding.
Yes, it is. And what do you call it, Jeff, when a bunch of crazy people get on the show and
I was
just...
just about to say it.
Just go ahead.
Monkeys throwing shit. Just monkeys throwing shit.
That's Jeff Brown's breakdown of it. Listen, we have another incredible guest on the show right now. She goes by a pen name, just 2 letters, DT.
DT.
But her name is Linda Gross. Welcome, Linda Gross. She's a blogger. She has written a book, a very interesting book, The Caveman Formula. Just, I'm
Must be
tell you
talking
what.
about
I'm
me on that
gonna
one.
tell you what that means when we introduce what the topic is.
Hit him in the head with a stick and take the coochie.
She said, well,
Drag you
everybody,
back.
listen, everybody knows what our topic is going to be. It's all over Twitter, but I'm going to give it up in a second. But before I do, let me just go through my book selections. A lot of people are going crazy over the book selections. I see people tweeting covers of books and posting on Facebook Zoe's book selection. I really appreciate it. And because it's on video, I don't have to go slow. A lot of people say, slow down. It's video. Push pause.
Yes, back it up,
Go.
stupid.
Jesus. Rewind it.
Zoe's books. Zoe's
So,
books.
book number 1.
Zoe's books.
This is a great book. You know, a lot of people talking about this interracial dating situation. A lot of people.
Does that say what I think it says?
It does, man. It does. And if you're from the South, you remember this saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Big
do.
Mama would say it all the damn time. Right? Don't bring home a white boy.
Don't bring home a white boy.
By Karen Langhorne Folan.
Even if he's the landlord's son?
Even if he's the landlord's son, don't bring home a wife. But we remember from the South, if they can't use our comb,
You can't bring them home.
don't bring them home.
Wow, I never heard
That's
that.
because
Good.
oh yeah, that's because a white boy ain't but twice removed from them crackers that was chasing your granddaddy. That's why we can't bring him
Wow.
home. He knows somebody that knows somebody that was chasing your granddaddy.
Nah, but this was a very interesting book because what she was saying was it's time for black women to start dating outside of their race. She was saying that there are other races of men that are just as misogynistic, just as disrespectful. There's no need to be loyal to black men who have been disrespectful and misogynistic and hurtful towards black women.
I can't wait to start this topic.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
tasty.
Ooh, don't bring home a white boy.
They should bring him in a box. Okay.
And for all of those neutered male lovers out there,
Oh yeah, I thought
hate-
I was the only one picked up on it.
listen, man, listen. I'm just saying. I said this on previous shows, and this is why we're doing this topic today.
Okay.
The neutered man is now considered the catch.
Oh wow,
He's a good man.
I'm not sure what a neutered man.
In other
because
words,
you're not one.
Malcolm
Thank you.
X was not neutered.
Okay. No.
He was like, fuck that.
Okay.
If you out of pocket, I'm going to show you what out of pocket look like.
Right.
There you go.
you
There you
feel
go.
me?
There
Now,
you go.
I'm not coming to you out of pocket, but if you show me out of pocketness,
Come on, here we go.
I'm finna come see you with what out of pocketness should look like.
I'm
In the words of
sorry.
my granddaddy, you come over here with them two pair, I'm gonna show you 4 aces.
You
There you
feel
go.
me?
Come on
You
over
feel
here.
me? But nowadays, the neutered male, and this is no disrespect to the brother, I'm just saying you gotta fit in, and when you fit in, that's why I say assimilation is not the same as integration.
No, it's not.
When you integrate, you still maintain your identity. When
Yes.
you assimilate, you're now lost.
Exactly.
You're lost in the system. You've been consumed by the system. Speaking of that, The Conversation by Hill Harper is a good book, but it's teaching some old, antiquated, outdated kind of beliefs about relationships. To me, it's socially correct. This is how you look right socially.
Give us some fun.
This is how you fit in. If you have a child with a woman, you should marry her.
Okay.
Fuck the fact that 60% of the marriages end in divorce. We live in a culture that says it is better to have married somebody and been divorced than to not have married at all. How ignorant is that? It is better to have failed at a spiritual union than to never have gone through it. Listen. At the end of the day, I tell my son this all the time. 16 years old, champion. Anyway,
Thank you.
Shout out to the Lions.
shout out to the young lion for winning the champion, CIF. But that's something. I tell my son all the time, relationship is a school you don't want to enroll in too early because it's the one class you never graduate from. So why are we applauding people for failing at it? Take your time and learn who you are before you jump into this fucking relationship boat that you think is going to carry you off to some island of happiness. First off, you got to find happiness in you before you can find it in a union.
Can you say that one more time, please?
First off, you got to find happiness in you
Wow.
before you can find it in a union.
Talking
Now,
my language
Let's go back
now.
to the boat.
the
okay.
boat of marriage. No,
Yeah,
no.
no, I got a metaphor for the boat.
Okay, give me the
Okay,
metaphor.
you get in the boat with the wrong woman, she will shoot a hole in the boat knowing she can't swim just to drown you.
Wow. God damn.
Ooh-wee.
That's what my homeboy said. My homeboy told me in regards to my crazy ratchet baby mama. Damn, did I say that?
Wow.
Yeah.
You let it right out.
It
No,
sounded like I
for
said.
he met her for the first time and said, "Dude, you're in trouble." He says she's the type of woman who will kill you and mourn harder than anyone at your funeral.
Damn.
I said, "Well, damn."
It's true confusion right there.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God.
And now,
Oh, my Lord.
well, I don't want to ruin my book selection, but
my
look who
sweet
just
Lord.
came in. Some deliciousness for the morning.
Indeed, indeed.
Damn your books.
Fabulous one.
You ain't had breakfast.
Right there. You right there. Although I wish you was right here, but you're right there.
Hey, ugly, come on in here.
Hey, ugly.
Giving
I have to call her
Ugly a brand
ugly
new
just so
name.
I don't have an aneurysm when I see her.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
How y'all doing today?
If you ain't had breakfast, it's here. Shit.
Lord.
Christ alive, CJ, Claudia Jordan, murder is in the building. Somebody say, "Oh, late ass."
No.
She took Jeff Brown's spot, but it's
She
good.
can have Jeff Brown's
Fine as frog's hair.
Jesus.
Ever seen frog hair? You can't see it. It's too damn fine. Oh my goodness. God bless you for coming.
God bless
I didn't
you.
come yet, but
Well, just breathing hard.
Well,
okay.
there's still time.
Yes.
what's up?
All right, so we're going through my book selections. So let me just finish this off really quickly, and
Don't
we're
do it
good.
quickly though. It's been going so good. Take your time.
Okay, here we go. A lot of people are afraid of this guy right here.
Oh, God.
Aleister Crowley. This is called The Book of Lies. People ask me what I'm reading. This is a very, very, very deep book. It's a book of riddles, psychological riddles, and it actually forces you to think differently. Let me give you an example.
Yeah, give me one of them.
Here's a riddle at the beginning of the book with no words. This is what I love about it. Oh man. Old ass man
He old too.
gave me this book. The first riddle is a question mark. And then the next riddle,
It's an exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
all it means is question, answer. Right? So he has a bunch of crazy thought-bending kind of riddles. Trust me, this is a book. Don't be afraid. I know there's some Christian
And does
folk out
exclamation
there.
mark means answer or respond or
Means answer.
react?
I
It
think
means answer?
excitement.
It means answer.
I think it mean what you think it mean.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Damn it, Jeff.
Sorry.
What?
Should we give it all away?
Oh, my
Book
bad.
of
Just
lies.
saying. I
Sounds like a conversation that like potheads have, you know.
that's
Well, you
right
know,
where
he
I
was
going.
fucking around with LSD. So, yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna put a question
As
mark on this
recently as
page.
last week. But okay. Go ahead.
Another great book. You know, I'm always talking about the cultural divide. You know, niggas seem to be the dumbest culturally on the planet Earth.
Wow.
because
Are you
we've
kidding?
been- I'm just saying, we've
Yeah,
been
but
raped
black people are pretty smart though.
It's the niggas
Culturally?
that's stupid.
Black people are
Well,
very
yeah,
smart.
black people are very
Them
smart.
niggas are different things.
Yeah.
My mom always said if you get enough shit together, you can build you a nigga.
Wow.
That
But
is
black people,
hilarious.
that's
Niggas
a
are built
whole
out of
different
shit.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, niggas.
Yes.
But black people, I know some smart black people.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, God. Here's a great book about African presence in early Asia by Runoko Rashidi. And it talks about China, Korea, you know, all Laos, Thailand, all of these places that are considered different ethnically, but are rooted in African,
In African
DNA.
culture? Yes,
Come
sir.
on, man.
Where
This
they
is-
booties at then?
Where they booties?
Fell
You
off.
want to borrow this?
Where
This
the
is a
booties at?
heater. When I tell you this is a heat
And
rock,
you've read all these books, though?
I've read every last one of them.
Cover to cover?
Cover
Oh,
to cover.
just
So
flip
how
through.
much time did you do?
How much time?
I was wondering.
They're black men who
You should
Damn it.
All net. Just came in, ripped her warm-ups off, and
Yeah, just
My
you know,
experience is, you know,
wide open in the corner.
not all, but a lot of fellows that are into poetry and reading books and religion
have done time.
have done time.
Been locked down and had a lot of time on their hands.
I'm very proud to say I've never spent a day in jail.
Still early. Still early.
It's still early. Yeah,
Still
it's
time.
true. Very great book. Next book. I told you guys about one of these books that Quincy Jones told me to get. It was called Power versus Force, written by the same.
How did the conversation go?
Oh, he was like, "Hey, man, shit, you know, you gotta read, you know, upgrade your thought process, shit, you know. That's the only way you're gonna change the world, man. You know, your thoughts are your reality. You know." Then the wind opened
true.
his doors. He said, "See, shit, that's God. We're talking about it. God's in the room." You know. By the way, get this book. I said, "Okay, what book?" He said, "Power versus Force," and I got it. And then I found out that there was a whole series of books by the same author, Dr. David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD. This book is called Discovery of the Presence of God, Devotional Non-Duality. Very heavy shit. This is not for the faint-hearted. So
So that's being devoted about one thing?
go ahead. What?
Non-duality, devotional.
Again,
Okay.
again, spiritually, it just means what we tend to do is split things into positive and negative, good and bad, right and wrong. And whenever you put yourself in a position of right and wrong, you create opposites. And he's saying at the highest level of spirituality, there's non-duality. Everything is one.
Exactly.
Very heavy, heavy shit.
That's exactly
Yeah.
true.
Look close
Wherever
at the
there's-
Bible.
Yeah, wherever there's division, there's always struggle.
There's always struggle,
Yeah,
and that's
because
what
you
this
think
book
you're
is
separate
about.
from each
Why
other.
does human nature like we want to be divided like that. It seems like we do that to ourselves a lot.
Oh, go deeper, Claudia.
And I'm serious. Like, we always have to make something a negative, like a
Gotta
us
add
versus
something.
them.
Yeah.
See, people think Claudia ain't deep, but she deep.
Oh,
I'm
she
very-
deep
I'm
and
very
wide.
deep.
Very deep.
And wide.
Fun.
I'm not wide.
Deep and wide.
I'm not wide, but I am
Deep
deep.
and narrow. What are we doing?
I saw what you said.
Canal is narrow.
Okay.
Hey, son.
Okay.
I
I'm just
see her
saying.
in the refrigerator light after we finish with some incense burning. Girl, go get me some Kool-Aid. Let's talk about that, what you was talking about. Oh, my God. With
Okay,
my
I only
shirt
got
on?
2 books
All right, I'm
left.
sorry.
2 books left, and then we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to start our conversation
Looks like
about
three.
the
Looks like
rise,
It looked like
the rise of the effeminate man.
Yeah.
he's been rising
People wonder why I'm
quickly of
single.
late.
The
Oh, wow.
pussification
Oh,
of the
Jesus,
new
this
age
is
male.
gonna- this
I
is gonna
feel
be
like
good.
it's very much more present in the black community as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. This is about to go bad. 323-965-1600.
About to go
Breaks
bad.
my heart because
Yes.
we were the warriors, we were the kings, the strong men of the earth, and now we're doing.
And now we're-
all we do is press edges and choreograph, and there's
Press
nothing wrong with
edges
that.
and choreo.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, let me finish. Let me
Nigga,
finish.
did you just say press edges?
And choreograph. I loved it. I loved it.
That's all we do. We have to be more than that.
Yes. If
Can
you
you change
know-
a tire around this bitch? I mean,
Wow. This is going
And it seems like every major sister that gets a show has to have a best friend that is
Yeah.
effeminate. It's like they have
Right,
to. It's
right,
like
right,
it's
right.
part of the criteria.
And I mean Atlanta feminine.
yeah, how'd you get to be so strong? Well, I
Okay.
guess-
6'3", 235,
Go be that
going
one.
through Lenox Mall in pumps. Like that.
Yeah.
All right,
come
let
on.
me get these last books.
Damn it.
The Kabbalion. A lot of people don't know about this. The 7
Kabbalion?
Hermetic Principles
Ooh.
of Hermes.
Come on, the Hermetic Principles is deep.
This shit is so. Hey,
and most hood rats thinks Hermes is a designer.
Yeah.
And, you know,
right. They go,
Hermes.
oh, Hermes.
Hermes.
They don't even know what it
Hermes.
means,
No.
right?
Heifer.
Hermes is a Greek god who is the Greek interpretation of the Egyptian Thoth.
Yes.
Right, where we get our English word thought.
Yes.
Right, this dude is Cole. This book is so heavy, and of course
smart.
it's by Yogi Publications. And I always say white people take our shit, recontextualize it, make it evil to us,
Well,
so
yeah.
we don't read it anymore.
Frightens
and
us
then they
from it.
put it in a
Yeah.
book like this. I'm just sorry, it's the truth.
They say
Shit.
if you want to hide something from a nigga,
Put it in the book.
Put it in a book. God damn it!
put it in a book or in the
don't
lap
worry
of a
about it,
black woman.
Speedy.
Wow.
Speedy, if you're listening, Hermes is not the Greek god of cold sores.
Oh,
Or coleslaw in his case.
cold cuts. Yes.
Oh God. Okay, and this is a book that I gave my
My
daughter.
favorite.
I gave this to my daughter because I mean a lot of people are, we talk shit about black men and black women. We go in. We tell the truth. We stay on our own head out here. But I think if you educate the kids when they're young, while they're interested in what the fuck you got to say,
Oh, the tree is soft.
you've got to upgrade the content while they're young. So I gave my daughter this book, and it's called Black Women for Beginners. And what it is a retrospect of great black women.
Who's
it's
it
like
by? Who's it by?
Who is it by? It's by Sandra Pearl Sharp. And I got it at this convention, and I was like, "Man, I got to give this to my
I'm
baby
purchasing
girl."
2 copies today.
It's incredible. It's a retrospective history.
Show them some of that you're flipping
of
through.
Black women, man. It's so fucking.
We need that
cold.
now.
Show the
more than-
viewers. Show
more
the
than
viewers
ever.
the inside. Some of the stuff you just flipped.
And
That's
it's
fabulous
And
stuff.
it's the dark ages right now for black women as
It's
well.
amazing.
Self-esteem and the things
It
we
really
put up
is.
with.
It
That should be
really is.
required reading before
and
you
how
can
we
buy
and
Indian
how
hair.
we treat them,
Right.
You know,
And what
how-
we're accepting these
how we
days.
treat
Yeah.
them, and I think we should give more glory to black women
Right.
than anybody because that's what my mommy is, my grandmama, and
Right.
my woman, my queen, and my
right.
daughter are all black
Black
women. We
women.
should show them great respect. That's why I'm buying 2. I'm buying one for my daughter and one for my woman today. Before
There
the
you go.
close of business today, I'm getting that book. It's an excellent book.
And then the final book of today, of course, my book, The Rebirth of Seeds, written by Zoe Williams. If you want a copy,
The
all you have
Rebirth
to do-
of?
Seeds.
Oh, I like
And
that.
it's a metaphor because this is a picture of me when I was 3,
Wow.
and the metaphor says,
Well, you had blacker features back then.
Yeah.
hysterical.
Go get a nose job or something.
Hilarious.
Let me find out you did all this black shit and you got a nose job.
no,
And you got a nose
Let me
job.
find out.
that's your ass.
Psycho Jackson in the building. Anyway,
And contacts. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no, but this is the metaphor was, we always say, I wish I knew what I know now when I was younger.
I
And this
wish
is saying, I'm putting the seeds that I know now in a book for my children, which is the rebirth of me. So they're gonna know what I know now because I'm teaching it to them now.
Because I'm giving it to them. That's the point.
The rebirth of seeds. If you want a copy of it, just email me right now at 2319zo1@gmail.com. That's how you get it. Just holla at me.
Somebody in the chat room.
What I know now.
They asked,
Yes.
how can I get the book about the
When I
black
was
women? Where can I
younger.
get this book?
With all the books, come on, Amazon, Google. I mean, we're in the information age.
I'm
What I
going
got
to
to
the
do?
black
If you
stores.
have
They
to-
told me 2 black stores today.
Go to Esso1 if you're
Zaza
in
and Esselwan.
yeah, Zara, and
Zara
Esso1.
and Esselwan.
Sandra
Yeah.
Sharp is the author of the Black Woman book. So
Yeah.
SAUNDRA Sharp.
Yeah,
Check that
and-
out.
Her middle name is Pearl.
Pearl, exactly. And like I said, if you want a copy of the Rebirth of Seeds, I will autograph it for you. Just email me and follow me at Zoe Williams. I gotta
want
take
a
a
copy.
quick
Can
break.
I write you a note from here? Because I need a copy of that.
Just long it's a promissory note that's green with white presidents on it. Then yes, we're good.
How much is your book?
It's $13.
Jesus!
So somebody call me right
$1
now.
per page.
Magic, that's
Hilarious.
Okay.
However, if it's a little,
That's good.
it's slightly more because if I mail it to you, I got to add in all that
That's true.
fees and that.
Shipping.
But listen, I got to take a quick break. When I come
Small.
back, the effeminate man. The rise of the effeminate man. Is this now
Jeepers.
the catch?
Keep him down.
Wow, somebody got to get on these phone lines right now. Ask Claudia, Jordan, how many effeminate men she's run into, especially here in LA. Is it a
Or
regional
dated.
thing?
Oh, my sweet
What is going
dick, can you
on?
imagine?
Jesus.
Just today
323-965-1600. I'll be back in 2.2. Holla!
Club.
Linda needs
Hey,
some.
Big Luther.
Oh, yeah. And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, so what mornings? You know, unfortunately, Dr. Mark Goulston isn't here, but he'll be back next week. This show is crazy. We've been talking about it. Last week's show was about the alpha male.
Me.
Me too, and
Thank you.
Jeff.
Yeah.
And is there a scarcity of alpha men? And if there are, what would the majority of men be? And what I'm hearing a lot of women say is that there are a lot of effeminate dudes out there.
Placebos.
Placebo men. Wow.
Okay, gangsters.
Wow. So let me do this really quick. Let me reintroduce everybody that's at the table and on the panel right now. And I urge you to call in if you have an experience with an effeminate man or an opinion or whatever.
What's a
The number to
placebo?
call is 323-965-1600. To my immediate left, deliciousness personified.
My sweet Lord.
God damn it, I wish I could win the lottery so I could then have a legitimate stake.
Me too.
Yes, Claudia
Shit.
Jordan in the building.
Hey,
Welcome.
So, let me move this. Hi.
Hey.
Shit.
Yeah, Jesus. And I didn't forgot this dude's
You
name.
forgot
Look
my
at
name. She's so glad.
Dude over here.
Jeff Brown?
Jeff Brown.
I
in
say
the-
you don't need to win the lottery. Claudia don't need no rich. You need a regular dude. You need a street sweeper, but the supervisor.
Well, I do have retarded ejaculation, so that could be very, very
How do you know
helpful.
that?
Look it up. Look it up.
Wait,
Dysfunction.
what do you mean retarded ejaculation?
It just takes a long time for me to do it.
Oh, you mean by the time? As
Yeah.
in the time is retarded. I thought you
45,
could look right at your
an hour and
swimmers.
30.
I thought you could look right at your swimmers and go, "This is just full of idiots, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Because I mean, I do need to
Guy's
have
not
a,
holding a full deck.
I want a baby in the next couple of years, but I don't want to. So, not that. No, sorry, no offense.
One more time.
Oh God!
No offense to those out there with the
You
fins.
are cool like an ugly girl.
Yes, I am.
You're cool like an ugly girl.
I mean, more power to the mothers out there that are raising those, but I don't think I could do it.
You're cool like
I don't have that kind of patience. I can't wipe drool, and I don't know.
Yeah, that whole helmet window licking thing.
The only
some
thing
patience for
yeah.
that.
The only thing,
Window licking.
the only thing I want with fins are fish and seals. Like I
I'll
don't.
tell you
I
something.
can't have
My
fins.
next baby come out retarded. I'm making fun of him.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
making fun of my
comedians.
own baby. That's entertainment.
Black people are good for that, though.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cancel cable and give him a firecracker and a hammer and a cat.
Get them a hoop to jump
And a
through.
What you got cable for? You got a retarded boy.
And legendary comedian,
Oh, funny.
entertainer.
Yes.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
this dude is great. He's an author as well.
Always
very
dressed.
Michael Collier
Thank you
in
very
the
much.
building.
Hello. I'm glad to be here, man. Great topics, great people talking to. Y'all have
on,
great
man.
minds, so this is
Come
exciting
on.
stuff. Thank you.
And we have a beautiful and validating presence. Whenever there's white in the building, they validate our arguments. A white woman.
And our parking.
From the accounting firm of Ernst & Young.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, DT, that's her pen name, but she's the author of a book called
The Caveman Formula.
The Caveman. She's going to try to help uneffeminize
That's right.
the effeminate man.
Thank you. Say
Linda Gross is in the building. What's up, Linda?
Hey, girl.
Oh, good morning.
Got
Thanks
your
for
work
having
cut
me.
out for you.
Damn. Here we go. Question. In today's day and age, would you say there are more effeminate men than there are manly men
I think that is true. And
today?
I think that is true, yes.
Why do you think that's the issue here?
Well, go through a little history. I think it started along with women's lib back in the 70s, and women started out with a very good premise back then, equal pay for equal work. And the reason why women were entering the workforce was because of the invention of the pill, which happened in the late 60s. By the time it got in everybody's hands, it was a few years later. So the early 70s, women decided I have control over my body. I don't have to get pregnant, be barefoot and pregnant every minute. So I'm going to decide when I'm going to get pregnant. In the meanwhile, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get an education, or I'm going to go to work. So they started off with this movement, equal pay for equal work. Lovely, great premise. They couldn't solve it. So what they decided to do is take that outward, and they decided to hate on men.
How so? Examples.
Well, because they could put food on the table now and they could work. They kicked all their men out. It was the highest divorce rate in our history. Kicked them all out, said, get out of here. I can put bacon on the table now. I don't need you. And while you're at it, stay away from my son. I don't need you for that either. I'm going to raise my son myself.
Wow.
That's not good.
So this is the feminist
start.
concept of the disposable man.
Right.
I.e., Beyonce to the left. Go deeper.
That's right. So, back then there is a way to solve the problem with the equal pay, and that's going to be an upcoming book.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they did it back then was to demand it. I demand a raise, or I demand a promotion, or I demand this job just because I'm a woman. The whole quota thing. It doesn't work that way. The business person doesn't care about all that. The business person's looking at the bottom line. Are you adding value to my company? If you're not adding value to my company, I'm not hiring you, promoting you, or anything else.
Wow.
So it wasn't so cut and dry, and unfortunately the women of the day didn't get that. They
Claudia?
wanted to demand it.
Claudia, do you agree or disagree with the young white woman?
I think a lot. Ladies, I think a lot of that makes sense, and shame on the women out there that would ever try to keep a father away from their son and then complain about it later on.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what the relationship is, like that, you're doing such a disservice to a generation. You know what I mean? Like then that boy is not brought up right, and then the damage he does to his kids if he even has them these days.
Exactly.
And I think society is such a mess now.
Wow,
My parents got divorced when I was 10, and my mother she never badmouthed my father, although she could have, but she didn't. She wanted him to be around us, and we ended up being attached to other male figures in our lives, like our coaches. Like we got it from somewhere else, and respectable black men in our family, like around the way, that we could just like see fatherly qualities, and you just need that in your life. You cannot do it by yourself. That's why I refuse to be a baby mama. I'm 39 years old, no kids. I do not want to do it unless I have a presence in the house with me raising my kids. It's not happening.
Wow.
I had a gay cat that I raised. So I know I'm gonna do damage with a son.
Well, did your nurturing turn the cat gay?
Probably so. Like, and how I knew my cat was gay, and my other cat kittens, and the boy cat went under the bed and only dragged out the boy kittens and would lick them between the legs. I'm like, did I create this monster? Is this my fault?
Jesus.
I don't know.
Call
You
you.
got a
Talk to me.
taste for kitten balls.
I think on the question if men are more effeminate, are there more effeminate men than straight males? And I think there's not more. I just think that the gay guys that are out there are more apparent. We see so many. For the longest, we wouldn't see gay men. They would keep that more quiet, but now they're so bold. So now we see so many gay
Diana
people
Ross.
in television, jump right off her skirt. And they're everywhere. So you see so many that now you think, wow, it's so many, but they still don't outnumber the men. And I agree that it's the absence of a strong male presence in the household, because you mimic what you see. If you are just around women who's only acting feminine, you're going to want to act that way because that's all you're learning and that's all you know. Most of us are a product of our environment.
Indeed. Yeah. Go deeper, Jeff Brown.
I agree with 97% of what you just said.
What is the 3% that you disagree with?
That there are less, that the only feminine men are out there because we see more gay men. Gay men and effeminate men, I kind of put them in a different category.
I do too.
Yes,
Right.
I agree with
Right.
I'm talking about
Just because he's
soft,
effeminate doesn't mean-
watery. I'm not talking about dudes that walk with their wrist around. I'm talking about dudes that make watery decisions.
Straight men that are feminine, that act feminine.
You mean a guy who spends most of his time placating to his woman, not being his authentic self
Yes.
for the sake of keeping her?
Not even her.
To me, is effeminate.
Not even her, us.
And it has nothing to do with your sexuality.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with gay men at all. Like, I do feel like there's an argument about being born that way. I really do think there's a case for that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm talking about men that are straight, that call themselves straight men, that live as straight men,
There
that
you
are
go.
very bitchy, are very feminine,
Yes.
are argumentative like women,
Well-
and worrying about petty things, gossiping,
Right.
can't change a tire, you can't hook up my stereo. What is going on with you?
But you know
I
what I
always
think?
be on top. What the hell?
This is how you point out, in my opinion,
That's okay, actually.
this is how you point out the gay thug. Because wherever, and research backs this, there's empirical data out there that
Gay
backs
gangsters.
this. Wherever you see the hyper masculine dude, that's the dude who's insecure about his sexuality. It's okay to see a Claudia Jordan, and any real man doesn't necessarily have to go, well, goddamn, no, he could just look and be like, wow, she's beautiful. But it's the secretly gay guy that wants to make a scene about how beautiful she is.
Yeah,
Right.
just look at her too long and get in trouble like the rest of us.
Yeah, that man is operating, in my opinion, is operating from a place of fear. The man who is these. young men who were raised by these women from the women's lib, they went to one extreme or the other. They either became so effeminate and mamsy-pamsy, whatever, did whatever the mama told them to do, or they went the other extreme and knew in their soul, they knew this wasn't right. So then they decided to hate on women, and the way that manifests itself is they became cocky, arrogant, cheaters, players, so like the other extreme.
Right.
So you either have one group who's resigned or the other group who's overacting out.
Right.
To me, both sets of men are not authentic men. If you're going to be cocky and arrogant and all that, it means you're operating from a place of fear. Because a real man, he has what I call quiet confidence.
Love that.
You
Right on.
have to bring that out until there's a threat or there's an issue, and you have to bring it out.
Exactly.
Outside of that, 99% of the time, you're cool. You're confident. You don't have to be boastful about it.
That's true.
Wow.
Like-
Without
Exactly.
We notice
I
when you're
agree with
confident.
that.
We notice your strength. You don't have
You
to
can't
tell
fake
us.
confidence.
right.
Yeah,
right.
you don't have to beat your chest.
So let's do this. Without the next question, without the balance of fatherhood, at what point can motherhood become toxic to the gender development of young boys?
Wait, say that again?
Without the fatherhood presence in the house, at what point can the motherhood energy, the mom's energy, become toxic to the gender development? Because there's this thing out there called imprint vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to see some shit in my mother's environment that makes me think that's the way I should act because I don't have the counterbalancing energy, the father energy. 323-965-1600. Dinah, South Carolina, you're in the building.
Hi.
What's happening?
Hey.
Hey.
I have a question towards the author, Miss T.L.
That's DT Linda Gross.
I'm sorry, BT. My question is, I'm not trying to dissuade your point with the women's lib and, the outcome being effeminate men. But my question to you is, if the women at the time became more ultra, quote-unquote, manly, and if they did kick the man out, how could that in turn turn their child effeminate? If the woman now at that time had more manly or men roles, you know what I mean? It seems like these are the women who were burning their bras, saying, I don't need this, I don't need a man for this, I can change my own tire, I can do this. So if you have that kind of woman in your household, how can your man be effeminate?
Deep. Go deeper. DT, that was for you.
That's a good one.
She took umbrage with what you had to say. Go deeper.
Go deeper.
Well, the myth that was propagated at that time was these women said the sexes are the same, meaning that that woman could change the tire or fix the stereo or, do all these quote-unquote manly things, mow the yard. So they were giving a message to the son that the sexes are the same. So thereby, if the sexes are the same, we don't need men. That we're all the same. What's the purposefulness of a man other than having his sperm to create another child?
Right.
So I applaud Claudia's mom from her talk earlier. And I think her mom was rare in that generation, that what they should have done, these women, they should have said, okay, I made a bad choice. I picked a bad man.
No,
or a guy.
hell no. Women being accountable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Right, but they
That's
didn't
some
do
hard
that.
shit to do.
So-
They got to get to Iyanla, Fix
Yeah.
My Life, and
Yeah.
she got to cuss them out in a sweet voice
Yeah.
to get them to say, you know what, it was my fault.
Women
But
being
up to that
accountable or
point-
people being accountable? Like
Women.
No, women.
Men.
Women.
Men are
Women.
what?
I
One
don't
of
know
my
about-
favorite movies, as good as it gets.
Woo! Elevator scene.
The elevator scene with Jack.
Yeah.
The lady walks up to him and says, why is it that you can write about women so well? How is it that you're able to do that? He says, I take away reason and
No,
accountability.
I start with a man.
Then I take
And then
away,
I
Take away from there.
reason and accountability.
Right.
What he's saying is, to me, this is a stereotype. Yes, women are more emotional than men. However, that doesn't mean women aren't logical. But
Right.
what he's saying is sometimes the emotions override their ability to reason.
Right.
and also be accountable for the catastrophe that is their lives.
Oh, yeah.
323-965-1600. Come on.
I would
Let her
say
have
20
some.
years ago you are correct, but now
Today!
by your own account and your own show topic today with the feminization of men, that we are at a place now where I see a lot more men being more emotional than women. I deal with men very logically, and I've been seeing emotional.
You're an anomaly.
And those men act like
You're rare.
and those men act like
Bitches.
women. Exactly. Which brings
well,
us
bitches,
back to
all
dope.
bitches ain't women.
Okay, yeah, okay, Claudia, you are you're riding the ragged edge of something that really, really pisses me off with really quality women. Why do you circle the wagons around raggedy bitches? Why do you act like they don't exist?
Wow.
That's not true. That is absolutely not true. I talk about raggedy bitches all the time.
Well,
and
that's who we're
and I
talking
feel
about
like
right
they're bringing me down, bringing us down.
Absolutely, not us,
But
them.
But do you think
If you think that women don't do that, if you got 2 hours after this show, I'll drive you by my ex-wife's house. We'll play
I can
spades.
drive you by some ex-boyfriends' houses?
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
but
saying.
I'm not saying that they don't do that.